Chelsea Football Club, Joao Felix does an exclusive interview with AC Milan where he absolutely badmouths the club. I don't blame him because we never treated him with the respect he deserves. Furthermore, Jaden Sancho in his own free time commented on a picture under Marcus Rashford's post, and all of a sudden everyone's melting down. I'm going to explain to you why a lot of people that are having a big issue with this grow up, because it's not that deep. But Chelsea did make a signing, or at least a hire. They hired a rugby player. The rugby player coming in to talk about mentality. Genuinely, this story is pathetic. However, the club genuinely believe it's going in a positive direction. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of that situation. I don't like it. I'm your favorite Chelsea nutritionist. I give you that diet that you need to make sure you are well educated on your football club. So, what I ask in return? Pay your rent. Hit that like button. 1,000 likes go a marvelous way. And subscribe. We're on the road to 40k. Genuinely, we're like less than 800 away now. So subscribe ahead, and in the comments below, let me know, do you want Joao Felix back in the summer, or do you think it's time to cut ties and let him fly away and be at AC Milan? So what has happened? We know that Joao Felix joined Chelsea last year, and a lot of us have accepted the fate that basically it's not going to work out with him at Chelsea Football Club, because Enzo Maresca does not believe in compensating in a system where you have Cole Palmer and Joao Felix in the same team. He believes we need more balance. But for some reason, Nkunku on the left and Palmer in the middle works. I don't know how. We've spoken about this before. But Joao Felix has gone on loan now, and Joao Felix has done his introductory interview. And since then, Joao Felix has said a few things that were very interesting for me. The first thing that Joao Felix said, he said, I'm on loan here, and it's a dry loan. However, moving forward, we could explore the possibility of staying here longer. I love everything about here. I had the option of joining Inter Milan. However, I chose to play for it was always going to be Milan. And then he started talking about his love for Kaka. For me, this is explicitly coming out and saying, I don't want to go back to Chelsea. I don't want to go back to that situation. There have been reports that have come out that said Enzo Maresca and Joao Felix did not see eye to eye towards the end of his tenure, purely based on the fact that Joao wanted to play. Joao is 25 years old. He needs to play football. Enzo Maresca gave him less than 300 minutes in the Premier League this year. He started 2 games, Southampton and Leicester, played well. Ipswich, the other game that he started, he played okay. In my opinion, he was the second best player on the pitch after Cole Palmer. However, other than that, the other 16 games, he came on for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. No wonder the man is here sitting down and actively not wanting to go back. Yes, he's got a new club, but he's basically just bad-mouthing his current club. That's how I perceive it, and I don't blame him. Zlatan Ibrahimovic said they acquired his services because they needed someone against deeper block to link the midfield and the attack together. And more importantly, Joao Felix has got all the talent in the world. It's about giving him the platform to express himself, and that's spot on. I was listening to ESPN FC, and Gabriel Marcotti said it perfectly. If they get Joao Felix, the one that is going to play to his ability on a consistent basis, they've got one of the best players in his position in the world. However, it's very difficult to get that out of Joao Felix on a consistent basis. No manager has done so, and I can agree with that most definitely. If you get the consistency out of him, you have got a top tier talent. And what we need to hope is he goes away, he breaks into that Milan team, they go deep in that Champions League, they generate that fee, and we sell him for around about £50 million. And we get our money back at least, and we don't make a loss on it. Because I think the days of Joao Felix playing for Chelsea Football Club are over as long as Enzo Maresca is the manager. My personal opinion. Let me know yours. Jaden Sancho has not been playing well recently. Look, Jaden Sancho has got 2 goals, 4 assists, and has played 18 games for Chelsea Football Club. I've got the stats right in front of me. However, a lot of Chelsea fans are frustrated with him, me included. I genuinely think the talent this kid has, he does not express himself. This man, I can't even call him a kid, he's 24 years old. The talent this guy has, he does not express himself enough and utilize it enough for me to say, wow, this is a good player, this is a top player. However, what has happened that triggered Chelsea fans? Chelsea fans, when we don't get our own way in terms of results, we turn very, very emotional and nitpicky. So Jaden Sancho decided to go on under Marcus Rashford's picture and put the words freedom. For some reason, a lot of people got annoyed about this. Let me explain to you the context behind it. When Jaden was at Manchester United, At one point, he had to eat in his own car, couldn't go into the canteen, couldn't get changed in the first team dressing room. He left on bad terms. It's no surprise. We all know the story. Rashford went through a similar process in the terms of he just weren't training, he was calling in sick, they basically froze him out, he wasn't playing football. Whether what they did to these players is right or wrong, it's up for discussion. But what I do think is their friend, he is showing support to his friend. He is going out of his way to comment on his friend's picture. All of you have got Instagram. If not, you have some form of social networks site, right? You're going to go out of your way. You're going to go and support your friend. It's just part of what you do. And the reality is, in this case, no one cares what we post. But with him, people care because he plays for our club. And what people are triggered at is, what does it mean, freedom? Like, the reality is, concentrate on your football. Like, concentrate on your football. For me, I don't think we can police what people do in their own time. Genuinely, he wasn't on a football pitch commenting this. He wasn't in training commenting this. He was in his own time. Can we just give him the benefit of the doubt? Personally, would I do it? No. And the reason I wouldn't do it is because I know what people are like. And I know people are going to react in this way, meaning I just want to avoid the drama. However, you can't live your life like that, always wondering, oh, what are people going to react as? What do these people think? What do these people think? Because you end up just letting life pass you by. So that's just the annoying thing. I think this is a nonsense story. I think people are just frustrated with the team. They're frustrated with the direction the club is going in. And they're taking their anger out on an underperforming player. Because the more thing we should be annoyed is, Sancho, you got 2 goals. 2 goals for Chelsea Football Club. You've got 4 assists. Where is the Sancho that we saw against Bournemouth when he came on? Where is the Sancho we saw against Spurs? Like, I need that on a consistent basis. I need that 1 in 3. I need that 1 in 4 at most. I don't see it. I genuinely don't. I need to see more. The final one, the story that we need to talk about is regarding a rugby league player that has retired. His surname's Issa, and he has joined the coaching staff, or at least a department within Chelsea, right? He is there to implement mentality. He is there to be there for the players, to give them almost like a winning culture mentality shift. For me, this is funny, right? Because this is a non-story. This should not be reported. I hate stories like this. This is there to trigger the fan base. And what really irritates me about this is it's worked on me. I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is very simple. You don't need to get a rugby player in the dressing room to motivate these players. You need somebody that has played for the club, in my opinion, that has demands or knows the demands of what it means to play and set a standard at this club. Someone that the players would respect. For example, I think a Thiago Silva would be perfect. Maybe a John Terry. You know, like John Terry is the epitome. I just think John Terry could overpower Enzo Maresca because of how big he is. With Thiago Silva, I just feel like Thiago wants to be a manager one day. He could learn from Maresca, and there's still a respect that he's played with these players. There could be a relationship. With John Terry, I just think he's been out of the game for so long. He'll come in, standards. He'll start shouting like Johnny with minerals. You know them one. But the reality is, I don't like this hiring a rugby player because I've said it to you in the past. There's a simple way to fix the mentality in this dressing room. Go sign me 3 players that are around about the age of 25 to 27 that are in their peak. Not Keenan Drewsbury Hall, not Tosin Adarabioyo. Go and get me proper top tier players. Like genuinely, go and get me players that are top 5 in their position in the world. Get me a striker, go get me a centre back, and go get me a goalkeeper. If you got me Costa or Magic Mike from AC Milan, if you got me a proper centre-half, like a Ruben Diaz, a Laporte, you know, somebody, a Rudiger, go and break the bank. Get me somebody that has got that mentality of winning regularly, leading by example, and more importantly, a player that just makes everyone around him better. And even number 9. You see, at number 9, this is the key here. What I didn't like about Osimhen was Osimhen's consistency to stay fit. I didn't want another problem like we have with Reece James, Fofana, and Lavia. Osimhen's finishing can be very inconsistent. He misses so many big chances. But Osimhen's got a great mentality. Osimhen's head is so screwed on. He gives you everything on the pitch. He leads by example in terms of effort. And what else is, he's hungry to win. Maybe Osimhen is the solution. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like it from... I think he's just going to drive me crazy. He'll remind me of a Cavani. He'll remind me of a Higuain. He'll miss so many chances, and we're going to have games where we're like, we should have won this. And it's the same like as Jackson. You know, like you're like, yo, the chances are there. We should have won this. But we need some players in their prime. People are saying Isak, Gyökeres. I get it. Like, they're the type of names. Get me 3 players that are in their prime in the summer when we secure the Champions League. Once you do that, I think this team will be in a position where we're going to say, oh my God, we can compete for a title. But this is it. Guys, I did an emergency stream yesterday. Well, not stream, video, where I literally spoke about what's bothering me at the club and how we need to get behind the team. However, these are the big problems that I think we need to sort out, because going out of cups is just unacceptable. So go over there, but before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Peace out, I'm out, have a lovely day.